This was a news bulletin. Voices of those making the news at our package. We'll take a short break to be right back. Welcome back at this John Chow Johnson and just with the news bulletin.
The United States Department of State 2024 Human Rights Report on Liberia has presented a troubling and damning ongoing abuses, restrictions, and enforcement gap. U.S. Department 2024 report released on August 13 disclosed that there were no significant changes in the human rights situation during the year, despite some government action to uphold perpetrators accountable. Human rights issues indicated in the report include credible reports of arbitrary or unlawful killings, torture or cruel, inhumane or degrading treatment or punishment, arbitrary arrest or detention, serious restrictions on freedom of expression and media freedom, including violence and threats of violence against journalists and censorship. The U.S. Department 2024 Human Rights Report also indicated trafficking in person and systematic restrictions on workers' freedom of association. In the Human Rights Report, the U.S. Department also recorded that Liberian government officials occasionally harassed newspaper and radio station owners, as well as individual journalists, due to their political opinion and reporting. The report, compiled by the Bureau of Democracy, Human Rights, and Labor, outlined credible accounts of arbitrary and unlawful killings. At the same time, the report highlighted that in August, the Moravia City Corporation dismissed 9 employees accused of using social media to criticize government officials, and the president pointed out that press freedom groups warned that such action risks fostering a climate of fear in public discourse. It added that the associations told U.S. monitors that journalists and media owners were sometimes harassed over reporting, particularly on June 26. The Association of Liberia Community Radio Stations demanded the reinstatement of Radio Kakata station manager Jerry Quire, suspended by Magibi County Senator Victoria Duncan. The report named tension that flared up on June 20 when a meeting between Presidential Press Secretary Kula Fufana and media executives ended abruptly on accreditation requirements for executive mansion reporters, including police clearances and institutional tax certificates, triggering a walkout by several editors. The Sixth Judicial Circuit Court of Moserado County has ordered the immediate eviction of the Congress for Democratic Change from its party headquarters in Congo Town. CDC eviction order was issued by George Smith following what he described as a prolonged battle that have ensued between the party and the owners of the property. Judge Smith on August 4th delivered the final verdict, which ruled in favor of the Bernard family. The former ruling party eviction order followed the issuance of a writ of possession on August 13, officially declaring the Bernard as the legitimate owner of the property. Former Liberian President George Weah has resolved vowed to resolve a CDC headquarters issue by building a new headquarters for the party. The CDC political leader declaration was made Wednesday following the sixth judicial secured Montserrado County eviction order of the party. Former President George Weah, in a statement, called on authorities of the Congress of Democratic Change to focus on solving the party headquarters issue and encourage supporters of the party to be focused and don't allow misrepresentation of voice to make them angry. The former Liberian president added, there is a need that supporters of the party agree together to demonstrate to Liberians that CDC belongs to them. Former President George Weah emphasized that no matter what, CDC will continue to fight together to the end, stating that the party remains mighty, loyal, and faithful to the people's struggle. The Liberia National Police has charged and sent to court a 67-year-old church mother named Clary Paul for alleged physical and verbal assault on an unarmed police officer, a uniformed police officer. Addressing a press conference Wednesday, Deputy Commissioner of Police Cecilia Clark said Manapor faces charges of simple assault in violation of Chapter 14, criminal mischief, under Section 15.5, and disorderly conduct in accordance with Section 17.3 of the Penal Code of Liberia. The Deputy Commissioner disclosed that on Tuesday, August 12th, this 67-year-old woman alleged assault on the officer took place at the intersection on 12th Street, Cinca. Clary Paul, also identified as a classroom teacher, reportedly approached patrolman Carlos Lamin in a hostile and disruptive manner while he was regulating traffic. Mangibi County Senator and Chairman of CDC Legislative Caucus, Nathaniel McGill, has expressed disagreement with recent remarks made by the party's national chairman, Janga Cole, regarding the resignation of Montserrado County Senator Sir Joseph from CDC. Speaking at the Center for the Exchange of Intellectual Opinion in Monrovia, CDC Acting Chairman Janga Cole said the resignation of Senator Sir Joseph from the Congress of Democratic Change served as a major political blow to the party. Mr. Cole highlighted the Montserrado County Senator contributions to the party and urged him to reconsider his decision and return to the party. Phoning in on Spoon Network, Senator McGill expressed contrary view to the party's chairman assertion. McGill dismissed the chairman's claim that Senator Sir Joseph's resignation would negatively affect CDC, arguing that Sir Joseph had not made any meaningful contribution to the party's growth and strength. The House of Representatives Committee on Gender, Children, and Social Protection has condemned what it termed blatant violation of a nationwide suspension of all Poro and Sandy Beach activities. On March 25th this year, the government, through the Ministry of Internal Affairs, issued a temporary ban on all Poro and Sandy Beach activities, including female genital mutilation, which began on April 30th and expected to end in January 2026. The House Committee on Gender, Children, and Social Protection, a session followed, reported graduation of 502 girls from a Sandy Beach in Konya, Lofa County. Speaking to reporters, the House's chairperson on gender, Representative Mema Briggs Menza, said the committee has taken serious exception to the graduation of 502 girls. The Independent National Commission on Human Rights has criticized the government on its approach in combating drug trafficking, accusing the government of systemic failure and existing collusion between drug traffickers and government officials. The Independent National Commission on Human Rights claims follows allegations made by Gui Fupa, Deputy Director General of Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, who accused individuals from all three branches of government of being involved in illicit drug trade. Speaking with journalists Wednesday at the Independent National Commission on Human Rights headquarters, the Commission Executive Director, Councillor Dempster Brown, expressed deep concern over the growing influx of narcotics into the country. He maintains that the government's failure to effectively enforce the existing drug law is endangering Liberia's future and putting the next generation at risk. Meanwhile, four men on Wednesday reportedly died from what is believed to be a new deadly substance in Liberia. Among the four is Archie Kopu, who was believed to be in his 20s. The instant death of the four men in Gaza Community Soul Clinic added to dozens others drug abuse related deaths between 2024 and 2025 amid mounting calls against drug and substance abuse across Liberia. A video footage on social media shows the bodies of the deceased with their parents mourning in frustration, sharing tears about the proliferation of the intake of illegal drugs in Liberia, and the situation has sparked sorrows and fears among many families. And the administration of the University of Liberia has strongly condemned a reported act of armed robbery carried out by one of its employees, Emery Johnson, who served as administrative assistant in the College of Health Sciences. In a release Wednesday, the state-run university administration announced Johnson's suspension with immediate effect without paying benefits, putting the outcome of pending the outcome of the criminal proceedings. The administration expressed deep concern, adding, Emerson Johnson alleged conduct violates the university's zero tolerance policy against all forms of human violence against persons. The University of Liberia administration also frowned on the action of Johnson and considers it a gross violation and an affront to the values and policies of its employees. However, UL administration cautioned all faculty, staff, and students to guard against any or all forms of unlawful acts that could cause violent harm to others and jeopardize the image of the university and bring it to public ridicule. At the same time, the UL administration assures the public of its commitment to upholding the mission and vision of the University of Liberia.
Come on, just with the news bulletin. The news bulletin is a regular feature on King's Newsroom. A reminder you listen to King's Newsroom 45 minutes news about Liberia, Africa, and our one world. Stories are following this afternoon. U.S. Department of State's 2024 Human Rights Report on Liberia indicates mysterious killings, torture, arbitrary detention, serious restriction of freedom of expression, and media freedom. Points out government officials occasional harassment of journalists due to political opinion and reporting. The Judicial Circuit Court of Monserrado County orders eviction of CDC from Town headquarters. Former President George Weah vows to construct national headquarters for the party, called on all supporters to remain united. Liberia National Police charged and forward to court 67 years old church mother Claude Paul for physical and verbal assault of a uniformed police officer. Away from home, French President Emmanuel Macron has acknowledged the violence committed by his country's forces in Cameroon during after the Central African nation's struggle for independence. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has indicated that Gaza's ceasefire efforts are now focused on a comprehensive deal to release all the remaining hostages at once. We take a break to be back with voices of the newspapers. Welcome back and thanks for being there. The Liberia National Police has formally charged and forwarded to court this 67-year-old church mother named Claudia Paul for alleged physical and verbal assault on a uniformed police officer on active duty. Addressing police press conference Wednesday, Deputy Commissioner of Police Cecilia Clark said Madame Paul faces charges of simple assault in violation of Chapter 14, criminal mischief under Section 15.5 in disorderly conduct in accordance with Section 17.3 of the Penal Code of Liberia. Deputy Commissioner Clark disclosed that on Tuesday, August 12th, the 67-year-old woman alleged assault on the police officer took place at the intersection of 12th Street and Simcoe.
2025, a troubling incident occurred at the intersection of 12th Street, Simcoe, involving a 67-year-old classroom teacher identified as Clady A. Paul. While patrolman Kulos and Ladi was actively regulating and diverting traffic in service to nation, Mrs. Paul approached him in a visibly hostile and disruptive manner. Despite the officer's efforts to maintain order, Mrs. Paul verbally attacked him using profanities and inflammatory language directed not only at patrolman Lamy, but also at other officers assigned to the post. Her behavior quickly escalated into physical aggression, as captured on video footage that is being presented here during this press briefing. Mrs. Paul is seen assaulting patrolman Lamy while he was on duty, causing visible injury to his face and creating a scene of public disorder. In the course of her actions, she also damaged a government-issued police communication radio, further compounding the offense. Her conduct was reckless, disrespectful, and in direct violation of the laws of the Republic of Liberia. Following a thorough investigation, the Liberian National Police has formally charged Mrs. Clady A. Paul, age 67, with the following offenses: simple assault, criminal mischief, and disorderly conduct in violation of Chapter 14, Section 14.21a, Chapter 15, Section 15.5, and Chapter 17, Section 17.3.
Police spokesperson Cecilia Clark said speaking. Monkey County Senator and Chairman of the City Legislative Caucus, Nathaniel McGill, has expressed disagreement with recent remarks made by the party's national chairman, Tampa Cole, regarding the resignation of Monserrado County Senator Joseph from the CDC. Speaking at the Center for the Exchange of Intellectual Opinion in Monrovia on Tuesday, CDC Party National Chairman Japan Cole said the resignation of Senator Joseph served as a major political blow to the former ruling party, who highlighted the Moserado County Central contribution. So the party then urged him to reconsider his decision and return to the party.
The FTN deal is an error. The motor vehicle division has the Ministry of Transport has the capacity to operate, to produce and sustain the lesson plate production. You see, the FTN deal is not for lesson plates, it's about money. Because most people taxes generated annually is around 10 to 11 million. The FTN deal stand will be insincere if I tell you that matter of salvation means nothing. No. St. Joseph is our investment. St. Joseph is a making of the CDC. That's why when you say price the CDC, that's why institutions are hurt. We invested in St. Joseph from 2011 all the way to 2023. So St. Joseph is our investment. Anybody who tells you that St. Joseph, the budget means nothing, that's to be lying to you. As chairman of the CDC, losing St. Joseph is a major blow to the CDC, is a major issue to the CDC. And we hope St. Joseph will come to his senses and come back home. Before Jordan Doe Sherry left, the CDC still won in 2017. In Operation Who left when and formed ANC, CDC still won. So the departure of these people is a testament, it's a wake-up call to the CDC that you got to organize more. For anybody who tell you that one of your members leaving means nothing, no. You're being deceptive, you're being illusional if you say so. So we recognize the fact that St. Joseph's departure is something bad for the CDC. We call on him to, in the near future, rethink and come back. For whether that can stop the CDC from coming to power, no, because history has shown that leaving the CDC will not stop the CDC. So CDC is on the road to victory in 2029. Nothing can stop it. Nothing can stop it. We can assure you of that. So we call on all those who are having doubt, do not have doubt. Stay with the CDC. The CDC is going through challenging times because when you lose power, that's what happens. All of the things that you had before, you will not have it. We call on you to be steadfast. We are moving from county to county and gradually organizing. Be steadfast. The government is failing. You said you created two economies. If I created, you will say I'm being subjective. Because evidently, businesses are closing. Check all the corridors. So take the.
However, phoning in on this own talk, Senator Nathaniel McGill expressed contrary view to the party chairman's assertions. He dismays the chairman's claims that Senator Joseph's resignation would negatively affect the CDC, arguing that Sir Joseph had not made any meaningful contribution to the party's growth or strength.
I was very disappointed when I listened to Sir Joseph making all the regular comment. I knew Sir Joseph 2011. Sir Joseph was no one when he entered CDC. President we are being Captain Lee. To assume that he is so popular that the Senate bar is laughable. We've been following politics, so since Sir Joseph leaving, it's a significant blow. I disagree because this is very anyone individual, except in the context of the former prayer, like I said. That's the only man who can leave CDC right now. He can cause trouble when he leaves CDC. Yeah, you see, it's a significant blow to CDC, not Sir Joseph. I think Sir Joseph should be making an apology to CDC because CDC is 99% or the 95% of Sir Joseph support. God may say maybe few the party go over there for Joseph, for them for him. But 95% of those who voted for Sir Joseph, he also rather is the 2023 as a teacher. They don't vote for him because you're Sir Joseph. They vote for him because he's so easy candidate. So I disagree with the party chairman in the context that he leaving a significant blow. He was the party before. 2011 when after the election was so easy happening. Rachel Bull 11 for the ANC. He says he's you saw the margin on CDC, you saw the margin on ANC. So I think what Sir Joseph needs to be doing, I think the last statement that I think the chairman already slipped. The last statement that the chairman says Sir Joseph should be apologizing to CDC, should be apologizing to Senator Brown for making a reckless comment.
Makebe County Senator and Chairman of the CDC Legislative Caucus, Nathaniel McGill. You heard the voice of CDC National Chairman John Kako. The House of Representatives Committee on Gender, Children's Development and Social Services has condemned or determined blatant violation of the nationwide suspension of all road and Senate Bush activities. On March 25 of this year, the government of Liberia, through the Ministry of Internal Affairs, issued a temporary ban on all road and Senate Bush activities, including female genital mutilation, which began on April 30th and expected to end in January 2026. Speaking to reporters Wednesday, the House's chairman on gender, Mama Mensa, said the committee has taken serious exception to the graduation of 502 girls.
Of the 502 girls on a Sunday society. And still say 502 girls. Why are going to be 502 boys? And my disappointment is there's a ministerial order from the Minister of Internal Affairs stopping every aspect of traditional activities of Sunday in Poland. And we saw people moving around, inspectors, closing growth and everything. And after a few months of this order, looking in offers, the order took effect in April. Looking in offers is seeing the minister home, the home of the president, is seeing them graduating 502 girls was condemned. It tells us that the minister action or even the pronouncement didn't mean business. It tells us the minister is not serious of what he said. Because we can have this, we cannot be doing our job. Council processes, when we are sitting here and saying that we want to see things happening the right way. We celebrating the Security Council. We sign a lot of protocols. We go to these conferences, we sign the CIDOs, we sign the Mabutu protocols, we sign the Children Rights Acts, and everything. And if I set it on the Security Council and stay issue with these things that we don't want to correct. So it's not fair. It's not fair. The minister owe a lot, and then we saw that few days he suspended two chiefs, one foreign chief and then a paramount chief. That was discriminatory. Like there should be an investigation. We want to see this dismissal of even some of those officials that's supposed to be monitoring it. Are you taking me, please? 500 and two girls for graduating. And you telling me that, let's take for example, maybe each of the family, let's say they brought two kids or three. And you telling me 200 and some more parents were being into this thing in Lofa County, in the particular chiefdom that is happening, and nobody knew about it?
On County Representative Mama Mensa and Chairman of the House of Representatives Committee on Gender, Development and Social Services. Reminder, you listen to King's Newsroom 45 minutes news about Liberia, Africa, in our one word. Stories following this afternoon, U.S. Department of State's 2024 Human Rights Report on Liberia indicates mysterious killings, torture, arbitrary detention, serious restriction of freedom of expression, and media freedom. Points out government officials' occasional harassment of journalists due to political opinion and reporting. Safe Judicial Circuit Court of Montserrado County orders eviction of CDC from Congo Town headquarters as former President George Weah vows to construct national headquarters for the party and called on all supporters to remain united. Liberia National Police charged and forward to court 67-year-old Chuck Murdoch Clade Paul for physical and verbal assault of a uniformed police officer, away from whom French President Emmanuel Macron has acknowledged the violence committed by his country's forces in Cameroon during and after the Central African nation's struggle for independence. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has indicated that Gaza's ceasefire efforts are now focused on a comprehensive deal to release all the remaining hostages at once. Take another break to be right back with other voices. Welcome back and thanks for being here. The Independent National Commission on Human Rights has criticized the government of Liberia on its approach in combating drug trafficking, accusing the government of its systemic failure and existing collusion between drug traffickers and government officials. INCHR claims follows allegations made by the Fokwa, Deputy Director General of the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, who accused individuals from all three branches of the Liberian government of being involved in illicit drug trade. Speaking with journalists Wednesday at the INCHR headquarters, the Information Executive Director Councilor Brown expressed deep concern over the growing influx of narcotics into the country.
And because of this, the government cannot be successful until they notice that the personnel of security will tell you that they have never arrested any people of drugs. Only people sell the drugs and the one and the one and a half. Those are including the drugs they funded and not I'll give you one example. You need CDC administration, $1 million to keep people getting when it was arrived at the airport, usually search the road that coming in. Somebody told the security people that a particular class now the test for the higher cooking for the class. And so we're not going to telling you that it's not that for the king class. King justice religion for the secret error and arrested the wrong people with 2 members. But after that information, at the airport, the security will inform that back of my father. I informed the person bringing people to the right time. I told like the wrong people. You should look for those like put it wrong instead of really to my advice. That person is not there. My condition is not true, and the wrong to the person is taken. I can see. Really, I'm really never to see. I can see something wrong somewhere. And so the issue of the drugs is not the lead. The system drugs are unfair wrong, but the one we are concerned about now has to do with the drugs in a manner that we know countries. Several drugs are imported from several on a daily basis and over us. The DEA is like the best organization.
Is the head of the Independent National Commission on Human Rights, Councilor Brown. Meanwhile, 4 men on Wednesday were reported to have died from what is believed to be a new deadly substance in Liberia. Among the 40 party couple who is believed to be in his 20s, with the instant death of the 4 men in the Gaza community in September, add to dozens others. Drug abuse related deaths between 2024 and 2025 in this mountain coast, taking his drugs and substance abuse across that area. There is highlight of the incident. Members of the Unification Party have raised reference against what they term the filthiness of the state-run university through its propaganda here. Imran Poli called on U.S. students, lecturers, and other citizens to join in protest against the Bogale government's alleged neglect of the university. Poli, during a guided media tour at the Imperial Liberia Capitol Hill campus, accused the government of abandoning the university, something he said has resulted in poor learning and unhygienic environment.
Come in a mass on Monday. Let us challenge the government of Joseph Waka to win a very university of Liberia. They can't tell how they don't have money college. It's burning 2% in Marshall, $1 million. The speaker in the national legislature have made a better blow all the smoke. In less than one, the between the nations of possession that the government of Joseph Waka will be able to officially abuse in less than 1 22.4 million. No private homes upon the millions. But the University of Liberia that they promised. This was a place they promised the University students and they were going to get this place. The national place is okay, the environment is conducive, and this and that. Don't walk on the University campus. Think about the prices here. Don't walk on the University campus. The lighting system is poor. Almost everything is bad. We started, we are using this model, like I said. We're continuing against the Baka administration beginning Monday. And we need a university students to do us. This is the inner way. Monday, we will engage the government of Mr. Baka decisively. Monday, we will tell Mr. Baka that education is not a business, it's a right. Monday, we will call over 23,000 students. If Mr. Baka want to call us on Monday, let me bring the police. One said this to the left of the all Agile police. That anger team really individual. And Monday, we will be outside of the November students. We will say that we soundly know and enough for the consistent and continuous progress of the November peoples. We want to use this occasion to emphasize in the last term Donald Joseph Baka has still on this fight to education. Donald Joseph Baka has still in every way.
It is organization of the Senior Tournament Polling. The Governance Commission, in collaboration with the Ministry of Internal Affairs, Finance and Development Planning, has been a two-day policy dialogue aimed at strengthening the coordination of the Moria Corporation and overlasting resources with the adoption of a number of recommendations. Speaking as the program marking the end of the policy dialogue, PC Acting Chairman, Professor Alawi Topa said participants among other things stressed the need for the authority to demarcate usual authority mandates.
There is the urgent need for a political and administrative reorganization of Warrior City, and that there is a need for leadership and stakeholder engagements on actionable steps regarding the way forward in that regard. Immediately, we need to reach concrete agreements and decisions on what needs to be done. We need quick and concrete actions to improve Warrior City and make it a better place, make it a safer place for future generations. Clearly, there are disturbing ambiguities and conflicting ideas about the demarcation of Moravia, which require authoritative clarification. Undeniably, addressing the foundational challenges we face will require a review of the Constitution of Liberia and a review of the mandates and functions of institutions and agencies that have roles and responsibilities for managing affairs and providing services in our city. We need to reconcile the gaps, the overlaps, and conflicts between institutional mandates concerned with the administration of Moravia. We need to reconcile the overlaps and conflicts between institutional mandates concerned with the administration of Moravia. The city government of Moravia needs to be reorganized, properly coordinated, and better monetized for the promotion of development. Lack of knowledge and misunderstanding is a national issue that can no longer be ignored. This means that public education and awareness now demands the reintroduction of the teaching of government and civics in the schools. Thus, the outcome of this dialogue will lead to stakeholder engagements for addressing this concern.
Governance Commission Acting Chairman Professor Alawi Topa. The program manager of the teaching and running in Fragile Contest project in Liberia, Yvonne Kepa Wheeler has stressed the need for strong foundation in reading and writing skills. Madam Yvonne Kepa Wheeler said building strong foundation in reading culture of school-going kids is the best way forward to reduce learning poverty in Liberia.
as we strive to improve our education system, as we strive to improve teaching capacity, improve the instructional habits, the performance in the classroom, we are sure that it will lead to students' learning outcome being improved. We're also looking to where we are producing teaching and learning materials that will go along with it. I also like to say here that we are so happy that this project we have also produced reading materials. The consignment of reading materials is only way that any of us will be reading it from the free book of Monrovia. Now we have sample of those books that are going to go in the hands of those students when the teacher comes September when school reopens.
And also speaking the Director of the Division of Basic Education at the Ministry of Education, Michael Soko, said the Education Ministry is developing foundational literacy numerical models for all learning institutions across the country that guide the teachers of track of their teaching skills.
It is very important because in Africa, we are struggling with the issue of learning poverty. Learning poverty is a 10 years old child in sub-Saharan Africa. 80% are not able to read and do basic operations in mathematics. That is very troubling. Director for basic education has been cool for me. Last week, with the opportunity given to us by the World Bank, we developed a program to tell you that this foundational learning in numeracy skills and ability in the operations of mathematics at the grassroots level is very key to the president, Jose Mamboaka, and my own minister is very key to that because it is a question mark to have a country without the fundamentals in education.
Away from him, French President Emmanuel Macron has acknowledged the violence committed by his country's forces in Nigeria during the after the Central African nation's struggle for independence. Following a joint report by Cameroonian and French historians examining France's suppression of independence movements from 1945 to 1971, in a letter to Kenyan President Paul Biya made public on Tuesday, Macron said the report made clear the wars have taken place in Kenya, during which the colonial authorities and the French army exercised repressive violence of several kinds in certain regions of the country. And Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has indicated that Gaza ceasefire efforts are now focused on a comprehensive deal to release all the remaining hostages at once. The plan previously being pushed was for an initial 60-day truce and partial release of living hostages. Hamas says the delegation of 8 leaders in Cairo for preliminary talks with Egyptian officials. Well, on that note, that's how we come to the end of this edition of King's Newsroom. But before we leave, a quick reminder of stories we followed in headlines. U.S. Department of State 2024 Human Rights Report on Liberia indicates serious killings, torture, arbitrary detention, serious restriction of freedom of expression, and media freedom. And house government officials for occasional harassment of journalists due to political opinion and reporting. Fifth Judicial Circuit Court of Montserrado County orders eviction of CDC from Humboldt headquarters. Former President George Weah vows to construct national headquarters for the party, urging all supporters to remain united. It also occurred in the news Liberia National Police charging forward to court 67 years old church mother Claudette Paul for physical and verbal assault of a uniformed police officer. Away from home, French President Emmanuel Macron has acknowledged the violence committed by his country's forces in Cameroon during and after the Central African nation's struggle for independence. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has indicated that Gaza ceasefire efforts are now focused on a comprehensive deal to release all the remaining hostages at once. No thanks for the protest correspondents and all those who helped in making the solution of Kent's newsroom a success. And Andrews Father Control and brought you the news bulletin. On behalf of the team, I'm Shemon Dale. I presented. Thanks for listening and watching.